Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Rodriguez, and today I'm presenting my research on anxiety disorders in the K-5 grade students. Anxiety is becoming more common among young children, including students with special needs. Early childhood is a critical stage of development, so anxiety at this age can affect emotional well-being, learning, and social relationships. Teachers play a major role in noticing early signs and supporting both students and families. The National Institute of Mental Health explains that anxiety often begins in childhood, which is why early school-based support is essential. Anxiety disorders involve excessive worry or fear that interferes with daily functioning. In elementary-aged children, common types include generalized anxiety, separation anxiety, social anxiety, and specific phobias. Many symptoms appear early, often before the age of 10, which makes early identification crucial. For students with disabilities, anxiety can be harder to detect because symptoms may overlap with communication delays, sensory sensitivities, or behavioral changes. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry notes that anxiety symptoms often appear before age 10. There isn't one single cause of anxiety. Biological factors like genetics or brain chemistry can contribute. Environmental stressors such as family stress, major life changes, or exposure to conflict also play a role. School-based pressures, including academic expectations, social dynamics, and unfamiliar routines, can also increase anxiety in young learners. Students with special needs may face additional stress from sensory overload or difficulty adapting to changes. Harvard Center on the Developing Child reports that both biological and environmental stressors influence childhood anxiety. In young children, anxiety doesn't always look like fear. It can show up as irritability, crying, or shutting down, or even perfectionism or refusal behaviors. Students may avoid tasks that feel overwhelming or constantly seek reassurance. Physical symptoms like stomach aches and headaches are also common. For students with disabilities, anxiety may appear as sensory overload, meltdowns, refusal to transition, or increased stimming. The Child Mind Institute explains that anxiety in young children often appears through physical symptoms and avoidance behaviors. Anxiety affects the whole learning experience. Students may struggle to focus because their mind is too busy worrying. They might even avoid reading aloud, group work, or even doing tests. Anxiety can also affect friendships, confidence, and participation. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, children must feel safe and emotionally secure before they can learn. For students with disabilities, anxiety can intensify challenges that they already face, such as communication delays or sensory sensitivities. Maslow's theory shows that emotional safety is a foundational need for learning. Predictable routines can also help reduce stress and anxiety because students know what to expect, and teachers can help with coping strategies like breathing exercises or movement breaks or positive self-talk, such as saying, "Oh, I can do this. I'm smart. I'm brave. I, I have this." Counseling approaches can also, such as CBT, are also effective. For students with disabilities, supports may include visual schedules, sensory tools, or movement breaks, or even breaking tasks into smaller steps for them. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America reports that CBT is one of the most effective treatments for childhood anxiety. Teachers are often the first to notice early signs of anxiety. Creating a supportive classroom climate, one that normalizes emotions and teaches coping skills, can make a big difference. Communication with families is especially important for students with special needs because parents can share what triggers, calming strategies, and what works at home. The National Association of School Psychologists emphasizes the importance of teacher-family collaboration for supportive, anxious students. According to the CDC, the National Survey of Children's Health, anxiety diagnosis in children ages 5 to 11 increased from about 5.5% in 2016 to over 9% in 2022. The biggest rise happened during the pandemic when many young children experienced disruptions in routines, social isolation, and increased stress at home. The National Survey of Children's Health shows a significant rise in childhood anxiety between 2016 and 2022. Research shows that structure, predictability, and emotional regulation strategies help reduce anxiety. Teachers can help model calm behavior, teach coping tools, and maintain consistent routines. For students with disabilities, accommodations like visual supports, sensory tools, or modified tasks may be necessary. The Council for Exceptional Children recommends individualized supports for students with disabilities experiencing anxiety. Anxiety disorders are common but manageable when identified early. Teachers play a powerful role in noticing the symptoms, supporting students, and communicating with their families. This is especially important for students with special needs who may experience anxiety differently and require individualized support. Thank you all for listening and have a wonderful rest of your day or your night.